You know that feeling, right? That awkward silence that just stretches out.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
a conversation that just kind of, I don't know, fizzles out. And you're left thinking, what just happened?
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Absolutely. Staring at your phone, anything to avoid the silence. It's a really common thing.
And it highlights something fundamental, doesn't it? Our need to, like, connect.
It really does. And when those chats don't land, or maybe they don't even start, it can leave you feeling surprisingly, well, isolated.
Totally. And that is exactly what we are diving into today. We're tackling this huge social skill of connecting through conversation.
Hmm.
You know, from just sparking it up
Right.
to figuring out how to end it without being weird.
It's so much more than just like polite chit chat. It's actually vital for our well-being.
Yeah. So for this deep dive, we've pulled together a whole mix of insights. We've got stuff from psychologists, communication experts.
Real world stories too, even some interesting data on how we interact these days. It's a pretty rich mix.
So our goal, our mission for you listening, is that you walk away with real strategies, things you can actually use. We want to help make your conversations, more meaningful, maybe less stressful, and actually build those connections.
Yeah, approaching interactions with a bit more confidence maybe, and intention.
Yeah.
Making every chat count.
Exactly. So let's start at the beginning. Why do these conversations matter so much?
Well, at the most basic level, connecting with people just feels good. It's wired into us, part of being human.
Okay.
And it really all starts with how you kick things off, that initial interaction.
Right, the opener. But how do we do that so it doesn't feel, forced or awkward?
Well, Dr. Luke Allen, he's a psychologist. He points out that good conversation starters aren't just icebreakers. They actually build trust
Trust. How so?
because they encourage people to share a bit about themselves, their thoughts, their experiences. And that sharing, that's fundamental to connection. It basically signals, hey, I'm actually interested in you.
That makes sense. But, okay, sometimes finding that simple, sincere question feels like the hardest part, especially if you're feeling a bit shy or awkward yourself.
Right.
How do you make sure that curiosity feels genuine?
Kyler Shumway, another psychologist, talks about the intent behind it. Even a simple question, if it's asked with genuine openness, people feel that. They can usually tell if you're just going through the motions or if you're actually curious.
Okay, so intent matters. How do we find that natural way in, that entry point?
One of the easiest ways is just finding common ground. Whit Mitchell tells this great story about being at an airport bar.
Okay.
He saw someone watching a hockey game, asked about it, which led to talking about flight delays, naturally. And then, boom, they're talking about family and work. It just flowed from that shared observation.
That's perfect. So it could be something you just see, right? Like someone's T-shirt, or maybe they're reading a specific book.
Exactly. Instead of a generic, how's it going? You could say, oh, cool band shirt, seen them live. Or that book looks interesting. What's it about? It connects directly to them.
I like that. Much more personal.
And if you want something a bit more structured, there's that classic tool, form.
SORM, remind us.
Family, occupation, recreation, and mission. Basically, topics people generally enjoy talking about. They're easy ways to share stories and find things you have in common.
Yeah, it's surprisingly effective.
Yeah.
Like, instead of just, what do you do, maybe ask, what got you into that line of work for occupation?
Right. Or for recreation, what do you do to unwind after a crazy week? It just opens the door for more than a one-word answer.
It works because it taps into experiences, values,
Yeah.
stuff that's more engaging than, the weather.
Exactly. It invites a bit more depth.
Okay, so we have the foundation. Let's get into some specific, maybe more curated conversation starters, the kind that can lead somewhere interesting.
Yeah, Wonder Mine had some great ones. Dr. Nina Polyne suggested this playful one. What was the last song you sang out loud or danced to?
Huh. I love that.
Yeah.
It's so disarming, right? Silly, low stakes.
Yeah.
But it tells you something about their personality, maybe their music taste, whether they're a solo dancer.
You're a car singer. Yeah, it just lightens the mood instantly.
Okay, what else?
Building on that, Dr. Kyler Shumway had a more reflective one. What's something that surprised you about yourself in the last year?
Ooh, interesting. That invites some self-reflection, but it's not too heavy.
Right. People can share about growth or challenges or maybe just a funny realization. They control the depth. But key point here, be ready with your own answer.
Good point. If you're asking someone to be a bit vulnerable, you got to be willing, too. Makes it feel safer.
Definitely. It's that reciprocal thing. Okay, here's a deeper one from therapist Katie Miles, inspired by solution-focused therapy. If tomorrow morning all of your insecurities were gone, what would you do differently?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful. It sort of bypasses all the usual self-editing.
Exactly. It gives permission to talk about dreams, passions. It offers a glimpse into their inner world without the usual filters.
Okay, I like that.
Well, here's a really interesting one from someone younger, Avery B., who's 23. They suggested, if money weren't a problem, what would you do on your average Tuesday?
Average Tuesday. Not dream vacation, but average Tuesday. Why Tuesday?
I think that's the magic. It gets to the core of how someone would actually live day to day without financial constraints. You might hear surprising things like maybe the engineer wants to run a library.
Huh. Yeah, it reveals priorities, passions, unexpected ones.
Totally. And one more, this one focused on self-kindness from therapist Eden Katz. What's the most generous thing you've ever done for yourself?
Oh, that's nice. It flips the usual self-improvement script, which can sometimes focus on flaws.
Exactly. It encourages a positive reflection, maybe inspires a bit of compassion.
Okay, great starters. But sparking it is one thing. How do we keep the conversation actually going? Make it meaningful. This feels like the tricky part.
It really is. And it mostly boils down to one crucial skill: active listening.
Right. Active listening. We hear that term a lot. But what does it actually mean in practice?
It's way more than just, not talking. It's actively processing, trying to understand the meaning and the intent behind the words someone's saying, being really focused, mindful.
Not just waiting for your turn to jump in.
Exactly. And get this, there's actually neuroscience here. When someone feels truly heard, their brain releases oxytocin.
No way. The bonding hormone.
The very same. So active listening isn't just polite. It's literally building connection on a chemical level. It builds rapport.
Okay, that's fascinating. So how do we do it? What are the techniques?
All right, first, be fully present. This means really tuning into the other person, stepping away from your own thoughts for a minute.
Easier said than done sometimes.
Oh, definitely. Put the phone away, minimize distractions, give your full attention. It's about focusing on their inner world.
Conscious effort required.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
Pay attention to nonverbal cues. Body language, facial expressions, tone of voice, how fast they're talking. Up to 65% of communication is nonverbal.
65%? Wow.
Yeah. So leaning in slightly, nodding, keeping an open posture, it all signals you're engaged.